What's up?
Hi. I'm so excited to be talking to you. It's the end of the year. We're doing the State of the Union, which is one of my favorite times to just update everyone on freaking everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So as of last week, John Boars officially got acquired. And it's been, I think, a 3-month process.
Yeah.
You know, I've been telling people, it's not like buying a home where you sign a contract and then you exchange the keys and then it's done. There's just so many things that need to be handed over. IP and passwords and this and that. And it just kind of fades. I can't get in the weeds of the deal right now because of an NDA. But I'll stay on as an advisor. So that makes me feel good. It's I'll still be able to kind of see where the product's heading. But it's not mine anymore. You know, it's gone. And all of that happened in under 2 years.
That's a quick turnaround time.
It's super quick, quicker than we thought it would be. Because I think when a lot of people create a tech startup, they're thinking this is going to be a 7, 8, 9-year journey. And we're going to raise all the rounds of funding and eventually, have a big exit, like an IPO or something. Most startups never get that far. 9 out of 10 startups fail, so just to even be able to have an offer on the table is really exciting. That someone saw what we built and they're like, we have to have that. That feels really good. We have always been people who are on the edge. Fletcher has used this analogy before of it feels like we're just climbing this invisible staircase. We don't even know what the step is. And we're building and we're toying around and we're, and then our foot lands and it's there, it's having that experience, having built our own AI and now making this transition. I think there will always be a need for agencies to some degree. When you need capabilities outside of your company, you need a team who's expert at doing something. There will be a need for it, but I really predict that where the market's heading is a need for producer-like people. A producer is kind of a glorified project manager in my head. Someone who's this is the job that needs to be done. Great. I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to work with AI to speed up the process, save weeks of time, thousands of dollars. And then I'm going to go find the right humans and pull them in and make this thing happen. It's kind of like in film, the producer is responsible for the project, the film, the budget, the people, they make the thing happen. I think that's how a lot of work will get done. Producers working with AI agents and having the discernment of when you still need people and having a network of people. And so I think Jumpsuit is uniquely positioned to lean into that. We've always been using producers from day one. I was no account managers, no project managers, producers only. And so it's we will evolve and we'll lean into that. And that's, I think, what 2025 will feel more like. We're going to lead. We're going to have points of view. We're going to have new products and services, whatever. We will publicly show people what it looks like to morph. And we'll be transparent and we will do that. A lot of disruption, I think, will occur. And perspective is reality. And it can either be insufferable or it can liberate us. And so what can it look like to have a team of people pursuing liberation, supporting one another, and not spiritually bypassing or living in denial that things can suck, but having options, coming alongside of each other, starting a new business together. As I'm evolving, I am more than business, Nicole, now. And so I want a safe platform and community to be able to explore my own multidimensionality, And I mean that in a practical way of don't put me in a box. Maybe you think I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also I can marry you. I'm an ordained minister, but that's very a 3D experience of me, right? And then there's this more existential, multidimensional experience that I've been having, largely because I've been on a psychedelic journey this year. That I'm what is reality and what is going to happen with AI and everyone, it feels like everyone's feeling a little weird and unsettled right now. And I certainly have felt that. So what kind of support are we going to be needing? And, if AI really does take a lot of jobs and change the way that we exist in the world, that is going to probably be a pretty disruptive, painful process for people. It definitely threatens to impact my industry. Now, I have ideas for that, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but it's going to impact our experience on our cell phones and the reality that's reflected back to us. Things are about to get weird. And so I'm finding myself more personally interested in how do I heal my nervous system so I can be okay amidst this change? Have openness and curiosity towards this evolution and not fear of it. And in that process, how can I be a mirror or a perspective to other people that might help them through their own transition, So I'm finding myself kind of drawn in that direction too. So hence the podcast, hence the Patreon community that we've started. I don't know if you guys know this, but James is always here setting up the camera and the lights and the microphones and editing and, getting the podcast live on Apple and Spotify and building the Patreon. You've been so helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
And not just technically, but we have spent days and weeks and
so
months out here at this patio in particular.
Yeah.
Envisioning and manifesting. And it's been really incredible to do that with you.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
When you're creating something that's never been created before, and when you get to do it with the people that you love, that's the life right there. That's what Jumpsuit is, I think what makes this community so special, besides the fact that we do good work, is that we legitimately care. It's we want to, what are you building? What are you building? Where are you stuck? Let's come in and help. To me, it's less about what we do. AI, websites, I don't care. It's just can we unleash our people to be the best versions of themselves and our clients? I mean, that's what's happening now. I think there's a couple big ideas percolating that I don't want to make any promises on, but I definitely want to plant seeds for. And one would be a documentary. I mean, we've talked about this for a while. We have been capturing footage for years. And we feel like we're capturing a lot of meaningful moments, but I don't know what the story is yet. In true documentary fashion, sometimes you just follow the energy and it begins to unfold, and I feel like that's what we're doing. That's something I'm not trying to force and be we've got to find the angle and whatever. It's I think that will come, and you're going to be a very big part of that, and so that feels really exciting to explore. And the other thing that's percolating that's a big idea is a retreat center. We've been to Camp Wandawega and Auto Camp and El Cosmico, and we rent these places out every year. And we're always wouldn't it be so cool if we had one? And I think it's time to begin exploring that. And again, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to force it to happen if it's not the thing. But what I especially love is not just having a place in nature that's really cool to stay at, where brands could come and Jumpsuit can help support, big content sprint or experiential event with influencers. I don't know, right? We can create programming for brands, which would be so cool. It could also be a place where people who are vibing with us, with jumpsuiters and the way that we're being, they can come hang out with us for a week, and we can have more of the spirit of the road show in a different way. That feels really exciting. But over time, I'm very interested in this model where it's we have this profitable business that eventually is regenerative, and as we age, we have the opportunity, anyone who's invested in it has the opportunity to actually move into it. I see the way that our parents and our grandparents are aging and what their options are right now, and it doesn't feel very good. And the way that people are dying just doesn't feel good. And so I'm very curious, like, what if we could create a space where we all make money and we're lit up, we're fully alive in work and in life. And for those who want to stay there and figure out another way to like spend the last part of our years together, like, living sustainably. And I don't know, like, I have thoughts. I don't really, this would be a topic that I'd like put on the Patreon. Do you know what I'm saying? To like really explore what that looks like and not just like put it on social media. We've got one life to live. I really believe we can be largely the creators of that experience. And so from the place I live, the people, the work I do, the way I go, like, I want to have my fingers in designing it all as much as I'm able to, fully knowing that like I can't really control anything, and yet I can manifest all sorts of things. So it's like, what is that? What does that look like? If you resonate with any of this, any of the like philosophy or ways of doing or perspectives, like, join the Patreon.
Yeah. Talk about it all there.
Super easy way to get started. If you are talented and independent and are looking for a team to collaborate with, like, go to jumpsuitagency.com, put yourself on our radar. Maybe we'll have work for you in the pipeline. That could be cool.
Yep.
If you aren't independent and you work for a company and you're, I don't know, a brand manager, a marketing manager, or product manager, or whatever, and you're looking for an agency, go to jumpsuitagency.com and be our client. It just kind of is like up to you how you want to engage with this sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you're someone that's like, I really resonate with this group of people, but I'm not like a client or agency, but I do channel aliens. I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I have a real job of the future and I don't really know where I fit. Then
Yeah.
It's like, cool, reach out on the Patreon. Maybe we'll make something about it, a video about it, so we can understand what's happening in your reality. Like, that's interesting.
Totally.
Like, I say that in jest, but like, I think that's like happening to people. And so it's like, where do I go? That's a place where I can show up authentically. I don't know, like, whatever it is for you. I think like that's my desire for jumpsuiters.
Yeah.
But that's the
that
like edge
is-
I'm on, right?
yeah.
Like, that's like literally where I'm at. Or it's like there's this trying to be this bridge of this 3D reality that we've all kind of like been sharing, and this more like 5D reality where it's like, I think a lot of people will be going through a spiritual awakening, or they'll be having psychedelic experiences and not knowing what to do. And so like, where do you go? Who do you go to that can kind of create a container for all of it?
Church.
Jumpsuit. Church. Yeah, church. Yeah.
That was funny.